Sgt Stretch reporting for duty. Stop! Hi kids, hi parents, I'm Sgt Stretch, and today we're going on a mission for yoga. So we're going to have a fun-filled time looking at flexibility and finding some calm. But first off, I gotta kick these boots off. So kids, grab your parents, grab your kids, take your boots off. Let's get in our bare feet, or sock feet if you prefer, and we'll get ready to do some yoga. So come on to your mats, and we're gonna start in crocodile. So you're gonna lie right down on your stomach. We're gonna lie all the way down, and you're gonna rest your head down, kids. And while we're being crocodiles, we wanna be really, really quiet. So it's like you're that crocodile who's in the swamp and you're sneaking up on your prey. So we're gonna put our heads down, we're gonna be super quiet. And I want you to breathe really, really deep. Breathe right into your tummy. And I want you to feel your tummy pressing into the mat every time you breathe, or pressing into the floor. So take really, really deep breaths for me. And if you want to breathe out through your mouth, you can. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And that sound that you're making with your breath, it's like the crocodile, he's in the swamp. There's a little bit of waves happening, that gentle sound of waves rolling over the crocodile's back. And it's important to find a little bit of time every day that you slow right down and you practice being quiet and being still. And if that's hard for you, that's okay. That's why we practice it. Practice makes perfect, right? So we just spend a little bit of time every day trying to calm ourselves down, control our breathing. Taking one more big crocodile breath. And breathe all the way out. And then let's bring our hands underneath our shoulders, and we're going to press back, and we're going to come into a posture that we like to call idle. So we're going to bring our forehead down and bring your bum back as far to your heels as you can get. So Sgt Stretch here, I work at the Canadian Armed Forces Base, 4-Wing Cold Lake, Alberta, home of the fighter jets. So today's practice, we're going to be using some Air Force terms, if you will. So right now, our jet is just in idle. So you're preparing to take flight, but you're not really doing anything right now. So this should be still nice and restful. Keep your head down on your mat, and let's breathe a few breaths. So we're really just getting our engine warmed up here. This is the time that the pilots would be going around and checking the jet to make sure that all the systems are functioning properly and we're safe to take off on our mission. And what's our mission, kids? Yoga, that's right, yoga is our mission. Good, we're gonna start to get our engine moving a little bit more now, kids and parents. We're gonna press up into downward facing dog. So it's like you're in an upside down V here. You might wanna pedal your feet a couple of times, move your hips, just kind of get the wiggles out after we've been idle for a few minutes. Perfect. And let's go ahead and step on up to your hands. And then I want you to just let yourself be limp, like a ragdoll. Let yourself hang, and again, you can wiggle it out a little bit here, let some tension go. Give your head a little shake, like yes and no. Perfect. And then let's take a big, big stretch and breath all the way up to the sky. And then bring your hands down to your heart. So it's like you're bringing your jet wings, you're tucking them in a little bit. Perfect. All right, I think our motor's revved and warmed and ready to go. So we're gonna move through our first airplane series today. So let's take a big step back with your right leg. And you're still gonna face the front. I want you to bend your front knee and lift your arms up. So we're going vertical here. Arms up, lift up. This is like your plane is flying straight up into the clouds, as high as you can go. Long, straight arms, reach, 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 reach. Good, and then you're gonna open up, stretch it out here, stretch your arms out, still bending your front knee. Look out over your fingers. And this is called Warrior 2, but it's like we're in a fly past. We're in a formation, like the snowbirds, or like the F-18 demo series, where they are flying and they're just on display looking fantastic and strong. Hold that position. We need to fly by just a little more. Fly past in 3, 2, 1, and let's rev those jet engines even further. You're gonna turn forward and let's take flight. Reach your arms out. And then let's tuck our arm backs by our sides. We're going into full jet mode here, full CF-18. Fast, you're flying super fast right here. Reach, reach, reach with your toes and with your fingers. Perfect, and let's step our feet down and find our balance. And we're gonna do that same series on the opposite side. So we wanna practice our balance on both legs here. So let's take a big step back with your left leg, and let's turn our body forward. Perfect, just like that. This should be nice and comfortable for you. And then you want to bring your arms up, bend your front knee, look up to the sky. So we're going vertical here, kids. Arms should be nice and straight, like you're reaching for the stars. You're holding something heavy at the same time. Perfect, and let's go into that fly past position. So maybe if you're practicing with your mom and your dad, or maybe your brothers and sisters, you guys can all line up and we can do this fly past together. And if you're doing it with me, you can do the fly past with me. We can be a team. We're gonna do it at the same time. Looking sharp. 3, 2, 1, and let's take this airplane for a cruise. So stretch the arms out, look down to the floor. And are you ready? Let's go into jet mode. Arms go back by your sides, and we're taking off. We're going super fast. We're maybe evading some enemies here. Woo! Can you turn sideways? Woo! Let's bring our jet down. And after all that flying work, let's go back into idle. So get back down on your mat. Let's bring our heads back down and just give our engine a little time to recover. Pulling those G's, really tough, kids. So in idle, this is the time that we try to be quiet as well, just for a couple of breaths. All right, I think our engine's cooled down enough and we're ready to get back into a little bit more work or a little bit more yoga. So let's go ahead, stand back up on our mats. Oh, shake it out, reach it up. All right. So we did this last episode, the sun salutation. So we're gonna work on that because it's always nice to summon the sun. Who doesn't like sunny days? So standing at the top of your mat, let's take a big reach up, reach for the sun. And then you're gonna fold all the way down, reach for your toes. Who can touch the floor? I can you? And if you can't touch the floor, bend your knees so you can touch the floor. Good, let's come up, bring your hands to your knees. And then bring your hands down to the floor, step back into a push-up position. Of course, Sgt Stretch loves push-ups. So just like a push-up here, we're gonna lower all the way down to our mat. And then we're gonna turn our toes, and then we're gonna come into this nice back bend. And this is called Cobra, or the snake. Really nice stretch for our backs. Perfect, go all the way flat. And then let's press up to downward facing dog. And you can do this by coming up to your knees, or you can do that full push-up and come up to your toes. Walk yourself back, push your bum back as we come into downward dog, that upside down V. Let's look to our hands, step forward, big step. And then fold back down, reach for the floor, relax your neck here. Good, and let's take a big reach all the way up. And then bring our hands back down to our heart. So we bring our airplane wings in. Wonderful. All right, now we're gonna have a little bit more fun. So let's take our legs nice and wide. So we're coming into like a triangle with our legs here, really nice triangle. Hey, you didn't know you were gonna work on math and shapes today. So let's take a big reach up through the ceiling. And again, let's try to reach down and touch the floor. And if you can't touch the floor, just bend your knees a little bit more. Relax your head. Good, and let's bend our knees and let's come back all the way up to the top. Bring your legs just a little bit closer together. And I want you to reach your arms out and you're gonna hold on tight. It's like we are riding a horse. So I want you to point your toes out towards the corners, just a little bit of your mat. And I want you to bend your knees. So kind of like we're coming into a wide squat here. Perfect. And now let's just find a little bit of a gallop. Little bit of a horsey gallop. Perfect, and let's straighten the legs all the way up, reach up. And then let's come back down, let's get back on our horse. What kind of sound does a horse make, kids? Neigh! What kind of sound does the cowboy make? Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Good, let's straighten our legs, reach up to the stars. And one more time, let's come back. And let's get back on that horse. Strengthening our legs here. Perfect. Let's stretch our legs all the way up straight and reach up to the sun one more time. And bring our hands back down to our heart. Perfect. We're going to change this position a little bit to come into baby frog. So you might need to bring your feet just a little closer together because frogs are much smaller than horses. So we climb down off our horse and we're going to get down into this position. And if you can reach your hands to the ground, reach your hands to the ground here. Perfect. This is frog position. What do you think comes next? Can you give me a couple of ribbits? Give me a couple of frog bounces. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Perfect, and sink back down. This time, bring your hands together. And let's see if we can push our hands into our knees. Like you're a nice frog sitting up nice and tall on a little lily pad. Perfect, and let's press all the way back up to the top. Whew, we did it. And let's stand back up to the top of our mat. And we're gonna take one more sun salutation here. So reach up for the sun. And then let's fold down and reach for your toes, reach for the floor. Bring your hands to your knees. And then take your hands to the floor and step back. Here we go, that's that one push-up time. And then let's turn the toes. Let's move into Cobra, that slippery snake. And let's press back to downward facing dog. Remember, you can press from your knees or from your toes here. Nice deep breaths. Whew, whew. Good, step up to the top. Relax your back, lower your head. Maybe give your head a little shake, your bum a little shake. Perfect, and let's take a big stretch up for the sun one more time. And bring our hands down, tuck our wings in. Wonderful. And let's move into that jet pose one more time because really, it's Sgt Stretch's favorite. With all these jets flying around here in Cold Lake, we just love that sound of the jet engine. So this time, when we get into jet, kids, I want you to give me your best jet noise sound effects. All right, here we go. Let's stretch our arms out to start. And I want you to kick your right leg back. Who knows which leg is right? It's okay if you're doing left, but let's try for right. And then here we go. Jet mode, tuck the elbows back. I want to hear those noises. Let's hear them. Perfect. Stepping down. Give everything a wiggle. All right. Sgt Stretch says let's do that jet on the opposite side. So this time we're kicking our left leg back. Find your airplane mode. And when you're ready, let's hit those afterburners. Arms come back. We're going really fast. We're pulling all kinds of G's. We're doing loop-de-loops and up and downs and barrel rolls. Woo! Step down. Whew. We made it. That was some tough flying, kids. All right, it's time to slow things back down. So we need to get back down on our mat and go into idle pose because our jet needs a little bit of a rest. We can't fly it too hard. So we're sitting our bum back. We're bringing our head down, and we're gonna start in idle. So remember here, you wanna breathe deep in through your nose, and you can either breathe out through your mouth or your nose here. But we're trying to be quiet, so not talking to your siblings, not talking to your mom and dad. Let's just try to be still. Good, and we're gonna take it one step further as we come out of idle, and we're gonna go into stealth mode. So I want you to lie down on your back, your side, your stomach. And here's where we get extra quiet. So it's like we're invisible. When we are flying in stealth mode, nobody can see us, nobody can hear us. So we need to be whisper quiet. Close your eyes. Stay as still as you can. We don't want anyone to find us. Taking nice deep breaths here. Perfect. Let's open our eyes. We're going to start to come out of stealth mode. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Take a nice big breath in. And exhale. I want to hear you breathe out. Good. Let's come on, sit back up. And in yoga, the way we finish our class, we bring our hands back to our heart. And the way that we say thank you to one another is we bow our heads and we say namaste. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. We'll see you next time. Sgt Stretch over and out.